Hi, thank you members of the council, Mayor Bell, for allowing me the time to share. I had other topics I wanted to bring forward this evening, but I will hold those for another time as I believe another pressing matter continues to come up, and I believe it critically important for our town leaders and residents to have all the information they need to make informed decisions about the future of our town. Because of that, I will revisit my statement from our September meeting on the land use status of the Hunter Farm. Given this is almost 60 acres neighboring our downtown core, it has and will continue to be at the center of many discussions before our council. The question of what the conservation easement really means continues to bubble up. I'd like to take the opportunity now to clear up any conjecture, speculation, or outright misinformation the council may have heard. I have with me our legal documents, but as Albert Einstein once said, if you can't explain it to a 5-year-old, then you really don't understand the subject matter yourself. And so I took that opportunity to load these legal documents into ChatGPT with this prompt. Someone keeps claiming we can get out of this agreement and develop this land into commercial sprawl. Can you explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old? Would we be able to do that? This was ChatGPT's response. What this document is, it's a conservation easement, like a forever promise that your family made about the land. It says, we will keep this land as open farm and nature space, no matter who owns it later. Your family gave this promise to a group called the Catawba Lands Conservancy, and they are now the watchdogs of that promise. That promise runs with the land forever, not just while your family owns it. It's written into the land records, and it says things like, no commercial or industrial use, no splitting up or subdividing the land to build neighborhoods or shopping centers, no new roads, parking lots, or large buildings except for things like related to farming or education. You may still do farm things, grow crops, raise animals, run educational programs, and have visitors learn about agriculture. You can fix and maintain existing farm structures. Can you get out of it? Basically, no. The easement says that in perpetuity, which means forever and ever, the only way is to end through something called impossibility of purpose. And that means that a judge, the Catawba Lands Conservancy, and the North Carolina Attorney General would have all to agree that keeping the land as open farm space is no longer possible. For example, if the land literally disappeared under a lake, that's not something you can just vote on, buy out, or reverse because someone wants to build stores or houses. So when people say you can get out of it, they're either confused or they're misleading people. You can't undo a conservation easement to allow commercial development. The land is legally protected to stay rural, agricultural, and natural forever. So then I took the next step. What happens if under the extremely low likelihood that a catastrophic environmental event, such as a meteor, earthquake, or being trapped underwater happens and the impossibility of purpose clause must be granted because the land can no longer remain open space? What happens if that ever occurs, per ChatGPT? Explains what happened to the value of the easement if it's ever extinguished. Here is the key part. The Catawba Lands Conservancy, the grantees, would receive a share of the proceeds, money, based on the easement's proportional value. They are legally required to use that money only for conservation purposes. For example, to buy or protect other land that has similar agricultural, scenic, or ecological value. Council members, Mayor Bell, and the residents of Weddington, I would ask you, now that you have this information, I would ask for you to share this information with others, correct misunderstandings, or amend any statements, online comments, or posts that you may have.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you so much.